Can we create reality? Is it a myth or fact? I'll be dealing this question from science. I will try to make the science little easy to understand. Okay, because even I was trying to understand this concept for a long time. Many great scientists follow this concept. You know, Roger Penrose, he said that consciousness is non-algorithmic. He said consciousness exists and it is apart from material. See, you have to understand the difference between that an electron is conscious, your shoe is conscious, your table is conscious, and everything is conscious, okay? Otherwise, the other distinction is materialism. Everything is just material. There is no consciousness at all. The third one is there is consciousness. We are made of a conscious soul plus a material body. And that one who made us should also be a conscious mind, because without a personality, nobody can make a thing with personality. Without a conscious soul, nobody can make a conscious soul, right? So that's why these are the three types of distinction. Now, can we create a reality? This sort of concepts is followed by those who believe that everything is consciousness and we are part of the quantum consciousness, and by altering the consciousness or becoming part of that consciousness, we can create reality. We can become a creator and we can alter the reality. We can alter our fate, such things. So now let us find out whether that is a myth or it is a fact based on science. Outline of my presentation would be based on these 5 concepts. What is the law of attraction? And how is this law of attraction linked to the law of vibration? And how are they both linked to quantum mechanics? Because every video you hear, you can see there is some quantum term getting involved. Quantum consciousness, quantum methods to increase your energy, quantum methods to increase your vibration. So what is this quantum mechanics all about? Are there curious parallels between love between two people and entanglement between two particles? And by altering our consciousness, our state of mind, can we create our own reality? So this is the outline of my talk. I hope I'll try to finish in the next 20 minutes. So, you know, William Blake gave a beautiful quote. Your imagination is the single most important asset you possess. Yes, imagination is so important. And when you make the child more imaginative, it will become a creative person at the end. So you should make the child to ask questions. That's why imagination plays a vital role. C.S. Lewis, he used imaginations and made a lot of stories and helped people to find that belief in God is rational through his stories, through his imaginative things and perspectives. He made people to believe in that. And now recently, if you see movies like Star Wars and many other movies, make people to wonder there is a force behind everything. And if you become one with the force, and if you feel the force and move with the force, you can hit the bullseye. You can get the target what you want to achieve. So this is this sort of imagination. This is the way they baptize the imagination to fit this concept of law of attraction by moving along with the consciousness, along with the great consciousness of the universe. So now, is this a depreciation of reason and only an appreciation of experiences and senses? Or is there a reason involved? How do you find out whether it's a true science or pseudoscience, right? So if there is a reason involved, it should be true science. If there is no reason involved and it's just an experience and senses based on experiences and senses, then it is a pseudoscience. So let's today get into science to find out whether this law of attraction is a pseudoscience or true science. Before that, let me tell you what is this law of attraction. The law of attraction is based on the belief that positive or negative thoughts bring positive and negative experiences into a person's life. For example, I just think all the time positive, positive, positive. then I will never get negative things in my life. So this belief is based on the ideas that people and their thoughts are made from pure energy. And through a process like energy attracting energy, like energy attracting like energy, a person can improve their wealth, their health, their personal relationships. So you should always be associated with people with positive energy. You should never be associated with people with negative energy. So that is the concept. So will the universe give everything, whatever you desire by using this technique? So there are three choices. Some people sit there waiting that the universe will deliver. Some do meditations, prayer, or some levitations, or some positive affirmations, hoping that the universe will deliver. When the universe is not delivering, many think that, okay, it is not time for me for the now, because there is a divine time for the universe. So now what is my job? My job is to prepare my container. My container should be strong. So the universe is watching my container when it will become strong. So when I make my container strong, I can receive what I want. I can attract that. So the people are engaged in making their container strong using positive affirmations. So once they make it, finally they believe that the universe will smile at them and say, now is the time you will realize everything what you want. You have become divine and you're part of the reason for divine timing. So this way we elevate ourselves to a mini God. We can create reality by doing something. So the full thing is put on you, how you can get it done through this positive affirmations. So now if this positive affirmations doesn't work, what will happen to your person? So if this will this positive affirmation work? So now do you want to be wealthy? If you want to be wealthy, you should have that mindset. Equip yourselves with the skills to know how to make money and how to make money to manifest. Do you want to attract the love of your life? Everybody wants that. So love yourself. If you want to attract, love yourself. Be in love with yourself. You don't attract what you're not. So by chance you believe in your heart, okay, I'm not finding anyone. Then it's a negative thought. You will never get it because negative thought reinforces negative. So what they say is, if you want to get a particular person in your life as the love of your life, you make a round circle and think that this is a particular person and make some lines around it and put their specifications. I want such a person with such a specification. Now you try to become that specification and you become that essence of that, and you try to walk with that person. You try to live with that person. Effectively, that person is not there, but once you start doing things based on that, you will attract that person. If somebody doesn't attract, will they not become cranky at the end of it? I'm not sure, because this is putting so much of stress on you that even 1 minute, if you think that, oh, I could not find anyone, you will feel so sad within you, right? Might be something I need to do. Might be I need to use a crystal. Might be I need to use something. So you keep doing one after the other, right? So is this right? Because that's why this philosophy is very important to find out, is it true or not? So if you want to be happy, tell to the universe, I want to be happy. I trust you can make me happy today. So and you just trust the universe. The universe is going to take care of you. So is the universe personal or impersonal? How you know that the universe is hearing you? Does it have a mind? Because unless you believe that the universe has a mind, you cannot think that the universe can take care of you. So now you think that universe has a mind, universe has a power, universe has a force, and you hit the rock bottom, you look at the universe and you trust the universe. You can manifest your dream, you can manifest your business, you can manifest your husband or wife, and you can manifest your prosperity. So now you are in a partnership with the universe. So this is the belief that you can get whatever you want. How do you do that? What are the positive affirmations? First, they say that you examine your limiting beliefs. Are they positive or destructive? Second, they say that change your inner monologue, because we keep speaking to us, right? So they say that you need to think of something positive. Change your posture. I was just looking at some of the videos. One person was jumping up and down for a long time because he felt that by doing that, he can increase his positive vibration. The other person was chanting, and he felt that he can do by doing that his positive vibrations. So now once they get that one, they believe that the universe is smiling at them. And so now they feel that they are one with the universe. Is this their senses or this is rational? But so there is a partial truth in this. But doing all these rituals to get that one, there is no empirical scientific evidence. So I'm going to speak about vibration. I'm going to speak about frequency. I'm going to speak about energy, because many don't know what is the fundamental behind the vibration, frequency, and energy, and they use the term just like that. So I wanted to give you the concept of this and to explain how this vibration, positive vibration and negative vibration, is a pseudoscience, because about 99% of your body is made up of atoms, right? And these atoms are hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen, and all the other elements that are essential for life. So now the vibrations or movements of the atoms and molecules produces many times in our body, we have a current, electromagnetic energy, and mostly the thermal energy as heat. So everything in our body or in the universe is in a state of vibration because of the atoms. Everything is made of atoms. If somebody has designed it, he might have used the same building blocks everywhere. So everything is made of atoms. Now, what is the difference between vibration or frequency? So, now you call hello to your friend. How does she hear that voice? Because you cry out hello and you create a disturbance in the air pressure. That is vibration. So that travels from your mouth and picked up by her. So sound waves are characterized by frequency. So sound waves are characterized by frequency and they travel in waves. This was first done by Ernst Chalny. So all objects have a set of natural frequencies at which they vibrate. So based on this vibration, an object at a higher energy state vibrates fast. And so hertz refers to the number of vibrations or cycles per second. If you see this metal square, this is a sand, and when you put it and you use a bow and try to play, when you so now this sand particles moves around until they reach parts that are not vibrating. This is a different music pattern. You get a different pattern. So this is quite interesting. Moving a violin bow against a metal plate creates a different sort of vibration and different frequencies. So each vibration corresponds to different frequencies. Now let me come to the myths. So people say the most important frequency is 432 gigahertz. The brain and the earth itself work on the same frequencies. And when we are in resonance, we are in perfect balance, producing positive feeling. When the tuning of our music can resonate with the earth's tuning frequency, we can tune our consciousness to align with a positive light. So this is one myth. They believe that this 432 hertz is something important. So your music should be tuned to that 432 hertz. And you should keep yourself in balance with that. And you should resonate yourself with the earth's frequency. The another one is 7.83 hertz. This is a human resonance of earth. It's mostly linked to hypnosis, meditation, and human growth hormones because it's quite close to brain alpha frequency. So people say we need to tune our brain waves close to the planet pulse to get what you want. And the third myth is somebody has put the sun's picture and said that sun is chanting Om mantra. So now these three things, let us try to understand based on science. The first myth one, the 432 hertz unifies a property of space, time, light, gravity, matter, magnetism, biology, DNA code, and consciousness. It has profound effects on expanding our consciousness, and it creates resonance with our bodies and balances the emotional and mental state. That's why we have healing energy. So better use music at 432 hertz. That's what they say, because this music is said to be connected with everything, that is, including even the works of the ancients, who constructed the great pyramids. They're all in 432. So the structure of our atoms and DNA resonates with respect to the nature, because it is the natural frequency of the universe. So it has the power to attract the masses to the music and even cure diseases. So this is so much hype is going on for the 432 hertz. Now, actually, if you see, there is a conspiracy theory behind this. Now, the ISO standard is 440 hertz. It's not 432. So why it has become 440 instead of 432? There is a conspiracy theory behind it. The change from 432 was there. They say that earlier it was 432, but then in 1939, it became 440 because of the Nazi spokesperson, Joseph Goebbels. So he did, because he's the one who did so evil experiments on children, on twins. So they say that he did it to increase the anxiety levels of individuals, causing them to think and feel as a prisoner to their own anxiety. So it is like a raging war on consciousness. So they purposefully changed to 440 because the ISO standard endorsed it in 1953. So they said that Joseph Goebbels is the responsible person behind this. And then later Rockefeller used it and forced American government to use that. So this is a conspiracy theory, because there is nothing like that. Tuning your muzzle to the music to your specific frequency will never unlock cosmic powers. And it is not true that all the old instruments used 432, because the term hertz itself is appeared only in 1930. And also no ancient flutes or bowls were tuned to 432. They said that Pythagoras tuning system or Mozart music used 432, but when you find the fact, they never used it. So even 432 is not the frequency of the heart or brain or earth or sun or water. I will show you what are your frequencies. So your music also will not sound something great at 432. So tuning to different pitches makes no difference. So this is a myth. So next myth is, so this I wanted to show you because they say that it is the frequency of the heart and brain. Let me just show you some 2 minutes. If you want to know the frequency of your brain, there is something called electroencephalograph. Using that, you can measure the brain waves of different frequencies. So electrodes are placed on specific sites on your scalp, and the impulses, electrical impulses within the brain is measured. So with this one, they found there are 5 types of frequencies. So the lowest in deep sleep, you have the lowest 4 hertz, that is delta, then theta, when you're daydreaming or meditating, then the alpha, which is the normal thing. This is a normal relaxed adult. But when you're doing an analytical problem, you enter into beta, and then the gamma is the frequency of the brain. So if you see, none of that is resonating with 432 hertz. So, and that if you see this alpha frequency, it is 8 to 12. So now it's between 8 to 12. So now if you see the hertz frequency, it is 7.83. So what they now say is, if you tune the alpha frequency to 7.83 hertz, you will be able to get a beautiful balance. So what is the 7.83? Let me just explain you. You know, the earth behaves like a giant electric circuit with a natural pulsation of 7.83. This is between the ionosphere and the earth's surface. It becomes a resonator and you get a frequency. So because it is between this volume, it is affected by lightning, it is affected by ionospheric changes, by solar activity, by volcanoes, by temperature. So it varies from 7.83 to 32.4. How would you be able to adjust your alpha frequency to this? So there is less rigorous scientific evidence of these connections. Even they say positive emotions are higher frequency, negative emotions are lower frequency, but there is very minor change, and there is no peer-reviewed articles on that. And next, the third myth is sun is chanting the sound of Om. So now what is the sun chanting or making sound? The surface of the sun expands and contracts in regular cycles of every 5 minutes. So this Every 5 minutes, it just expands and contracts. Because of this one, there is a frequency associated with the sun of 0.0033. So this is a resonant frequency of the sun. So human ear is only can listen to 20 to 20,000. So this sound you cannot even listen. We can only hear through instruments. And so this is just a sound because of this oscillation of the sun and the contraction of the expansion of the sun on the surface. Now, next is, let me come to the energy concept. So I have explained you about vibration, about frequency. So you can easily, you can ask me questions at the end. So by tuning your frequency or vibration to some other tuning, to the earth or your surroundings, nothing great is going to happen. So every theory had to be put on the balance and weighed. Now, what is energy? I'm just going to move fast. Energy is the driving force of the universe, right? E is equal to mc squared. So now it is a quantitative property. It may be kinetic, potential, or others. So now we know that 3 law of thermodynamics. I'm not going into detail. So the total amount of energy is constant. And also the disorder will always increase. And that is at one particular temperature, the molecular movement stops. So energy is not a substance to be held or felt. We cannot create energy, and we can only change from one form to the other, right? This is all about energy. Now coming to quantum, this energy of the universe. So the universe is not saying today it was yesterday. It was cooler earlier. It was hotter earlier. Now it is cooler. And it was bigger in the smaller in the past, and now it's becoming bigger because it's expanding. It's expanding. So a second ago, the universe was slightly smaller, and now after a second, it will be much bigger. So now there are around 6 different eras for the last 14 billion years. Scientists have qualified. We are in the dark energy era. So what is this dark energy? This is responsible for the universe to expand. So the universe is accelerating at a greater rate. Every day it's increasing the acceleration. So the dark energy is responsible for this, they say. But they don't know what is this dark energy. So now they say that this is a new form of energy. And at one point it will take over. And finally, everything will become one big galaxy, and the universe will become one big galaxy, and nothing will be there except this giant elliptical galaxy and the dwarf stars. So now if you want to look at the universe, you have to look up. After some time, it will not be there. That's way scientists are telling. So now this energy concept about the universe, if you see, the energy of the universe is 0. Total energy of the universe is 0 because when the physicists say positive energy, they call it as matter, antimatter, light as positive energy. And there is an equal amount of negative energy stored in the gravitational attraction. So it has to have an equal amount of negative energy to the positive energy so that it exactly cancels. So the total energy of the universe is 0. So you cannot create energy or by your own power. So energy gets transferred from potential to kinetic when you move, but that doesn't create energy. So you can never become a creator of your energies. So that is from science. Now coming to quantum mechanics. So quantum mechanics, they say it's so weird physics. Either a photon or an electron is both a wave and a particle. Now, if you take the wave nature, you end up with a quantum field theory. What is quantum field theory? Every particle in the universe is a tiny ripple of the overlying field. For example, the minutest particle is the electron, up quark and down quark. So with all these things, there is a field involved, and that electrons are vibrations in the electric field, quark is vibrating in the quark field. So everything is energy and everything is connected to everything through fields. So there is an overall connection. So there is a quantum connection going on. That's what it says. So string theory says this tiny vibrating strings or energy make up every particle. Now, like guitar strings produces vibrating various frequencies, each string produces various, and by that you can define particles. Now, human beings like us are a coalescence of energy in a field of energy, which is connected to others. So this energy field is a central engine of human being. So this is not about connectedness. This is about everything God has made, someone has made, if you believe, it is based on the same building blocks. So what is string theory? String theory is just an untestable theory. It's just a theory, like a lot of other theories have been brought forth to find the beginning of the universe. And if there are so many, everywhere you see electromagnetic fields, you can never become one with the electromagnetic field, right? So everywhere there is a field, you can never become one with a field. You are a distinct entity. You have a personality. You can never become one with the energy or one with the electromagnetic field. So now coming to the quantum consciousness. What is this consciousness? They believe that through quantum consciousness, you can achieve a mega consciousness and you can get whatever you want. So in quantum mechanics, before observations, everything will look in a superposition state. I have explained in the last talk of mine, using the double slit experiment, that once you observe, a particle takes its place. Before you observe, it can be in a multiple state. But once you observe, a particle takes its state. So people believe that unless I observe, universe doesn't exist. But there is a quantum place that's a subatomic and also a bigger particles, that is the big world outside that you see. So it's not only the small world. So you need both the things. It cannot become everything. So this happens only in the subatomic range. So now coming to quantum entanglement, to answer my final question, is love between two people and entangled between two particles are the same. So this entanglement, imagine you get a dice. No matter how you toss them, they finally count up to 7. Whatever you do. So for example, when you toss one of the dice, you would have no idea, right? Till it falls down. Once it falls down, for example, it takes 5, automatically you know the other one will take 2. So now if one becomes 4, the other one will become 3. So you are shocked. That is the way if you get a set of dice, DIC here. So you call it them as entangled one. Now you could take one of the dice by a friend to China, the other friend to India, and now you roll your dice. The one becomes 5, the other even there it becomes 2. So what do you feel? That is the entanglement. Last time I spoke in detail, so I'm not going to speak in detail. If you see this one, 2 entangled particles. Now, if one particle, till you measure, both of them is in the every state, but this measurement angle, you can see this is in the up direction. This person is spinning down, the same measurement direction, the other person is spinning down, one up and the other down. So you can see no matter whatever you do, the spinning will always turn the other side, even how much ever you move the other one. So they think that if two people are in love, they are entangled, they can be anywhere, like heart and mind will be united. But with all these theories, finally, you will get entangled with someone wrong person and you might spoil your life. So you can never compare this entanglement, which happens only at subatomic particles. It doesn't happen in the bigger world around. So now coming to the last part, can you alter your consciousness? You will get unlimited power and you can do anything. You can have it as you imagine. You can stop your aging. You can do it by altering your consciousness. By astral projection, you can travel to other planets. You can use your psych powers for witchcraft and for astrology. Both magic and witchcraft belongs to supernatural. So where you use your mind and use your psych powers to achieve some things. And now when you dabble with the psych powers, something happens. You know, there is a spirit world around. The spirit world has spiritual beings, both good and bad. When you dabble with the occultic practices, you might enter into connection with some evil spirits and which can possess the body and can do a lot of things. So for example, I just wanted to give you one example and move on. This is given in Los Angeles Times, October 19, 1988. This big title came. This happened after Anton LaVey, he published the Satanic Bible. The rise of Satanism was due in the 1971 publication. And at that time, Anton LaVey published the Satanic Bible. So the Exorcist movie and that book, everything came. And in that time, in 1988, 4 teenagers. They had the rush. They always felt inside them telling something to kill something and get the joy out of it. So they killed a kitten, and suddenly one boy called Jim, he heard a voice within him, do it now, do it now. And the other person took his bat and killed one of them. Tim, they killed. So when the police arrested them, they admitted in an unemotional manner. They had killed Tim and they tied his body to a boulder and put him in a will. The newspaper report continues to tell that they perpetrated the crime because out of curiosity and partly because they wanted to sense the emotions of killing someone. One of the boys told there was a strange voice within them telling, watch out, kill someone, kill someone. They were practicing all these rituals. So when you go beyond this, normal ritual of affirmations might not be anything wrong. But when you dabble with occult, when you get into something beyond your senses and you leave your body and get your mind, your psyche, try to alter your psyche, you can enter into this evil spiritual world. So you need to be very careful. And this is one danger behind it. The other danger is, even if it is a good ritual and you don't get it, you have worked hard for it. And so what will happen? The third danger is that you become the master of your soul and you become hard-hearted. You know, there is a poem called Invictus. It is called Unconquerable Soul. The meaning in Latin is unconquerable. So he writes here, out of the night that covers me black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstances, I have not winced nor cried aloud under the bludgeoning of choice. My head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So the underlying philosophy behind this is you create your own reality. You are responsible for whatever happens to you. The reason that events happen in your life is because you have made them to happen to you. You brought them into being because of your consciousness, because you are having the power. So now, last 1 minute, what I wanted to say is, why this man Invictus, why this Henley only wrote this poem called Invictus. He wrote in 1875 in his mid-20s. You know why he wrote, I'm the master of my fate? When he was very young, because of tuberculosis, he lost one of his legs and he was into depression. And so he didn't want that he's losing control over his life. So he wants to make a declaration that I'm the master of my fate, I'm the captain of my soul. And whatever gods may be, he places his poem firmly in the here and now. He's not thinking of eternity. And he's putting his thought on dominance and control of his own fate. I'm the master of my fate. The repeated assertion of the self and the self's agency is his autonomy. So now, this makes someone so hard within them, leaving them out of empathy, and they are able to create their own thing. And if it doesn't happen, it ends up in depression. Instead, if you think that there is some higher power, there is a God who's loving, it changes.